Hi, welcome to Glow's Kinder Kitchen, and I'm Glow. Well, I just wanted to thank everybody for watching my videos and commenting and liking. I really appreciate it, and I hope these videos have really helped everybody to, share recipes and ideas. But today I want to share with you one of the ways that I make stock, and tonight I'm going to be doing some chicken stock from scratch, and with a little bit of help. And the help is from the deli at one of the grocery stores that I shop at, and I'm going to tell you, it really helps to get to know your butchers and your people that work in your delis and also in your seafood department. And when I was at the deli, I was talking to the guy, and I noticed that he was in the process of deboning rotisserie chickens. And I said to him, I said, "May I ask you a question?" And he said, "Well, sure." And I said, "What do you guys do with all those bones?" And he goes, "We throw them out." And I said, "Would you mind sharing some of those with me?" I said, "I would even pay a little bit for them because I'm going to be doing some chicken stock here." And he said, "Go and ask the manager of the store." So I did, and he said, "By all means, take what you like." So here, this is what I have. And it's rotisserie chicken, and it's organic chicken. So I just wanted to share that with you. It really does help to get to know your butchers and the people in your seafood department and your delis and produce. So anyway, the nice thing about this being a rotisserie chicken is you have a lot of browning. Here, look at that wing. And he even gave me some skin. I told him to give me a little bit of everything. So let me take this part off because we certainly don't need that in there. Although I do know people that do include that in their stock when they're cooking it because it does probably have some flavor. But anyway, I'm going to do my stock tonight in my crock pot because I'm going to let this cook for 24 hours on low setting. So in the morning when I wake up, I'm just going to start it over because it has 10 hours on here. So we'll just, start it over in the morning again. But look how nice that is. And there's even meat on it, but I won't be using the meat except for making the stock. But these bones add so much flavor to your stock. And I'm going to go ahead and put all this in here. If I hadn't had this, I have some in my freezer, but also I would have been roasting some of this because I want that in-depth flavor. So I'm going to continue to take these little rotisserie bands off and just put that in here. Whoops, nope. Stop it for a moment. Lucy. Sorry about that, you guys. I accidentally dropped a small piece of bone on the floor, and guess what? Our Lucy was going after that, and I had to get it before she ate that. So anyway, let's go ahead and put the rest of this in here. And I'll be more careful. There we go. So let me just put that over there and get it out of the way. So the next thing I did before we joined together is I took one onion, and I'm including the peel of the onion. As long as it's clean and looks good, and this one does, it's perfect for stock. It's going to add a lot of richness and flavor and color to your stock. So I'm going to put that in. So that's one pretty large onion, and I even leave the root on. It won't hurt anything. And then I have 2 stalks of celery, and I have 2 carrots, and I did not peel the carrots. I just scrubbed them up real good. They're organic, so they're fine. And I'm going to go ahead and put that all in here. Leaves of the celery and all. That adds a lot of flavor. Let me just wipe my hands off. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our spices. I have about 20 peppercorns here. And we like pepper. If you don't like a lot of pepper, by all means just maybe put 10 of them in. You'll be fine. And then I'm going to put about a teaspoon of salt here. One of the reasons I'm only putting a teaspoon is because this rotisserie bones, they have some seasoning in it already. I can always add more salt to this after I've cooked this, but you know, when you put too much salt in something, you can't get it back. And I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of rubbed sage. That's about a teaspoon. And the same with thyme, the thyme leaves. And then I'm also going to add about a teaspoon and a half of apple cider vinegar. And what that does, it helps break down the bones, so that it's going to be even healthier. The bone broth is so healthy for you. And then what we're going to do is just cover this with water. And I went ahead and poured some up, make it easier to show you guys. But see how easy this is to put together?
Very easy, Miss Glow.
Yes. And your house is going to smell so good when you wake up tomorrow morning and smell this, and it'll even smell better when I return tomorrow after work. And that's 2 quarts of water, and I think that's going to be enough. Let's see here. Get a stove. See if I can. Yeah, because you don't want your water bubbling out over. You know, this in a crock pot, you can't fill it all the way to the top. This is plenty. So anyway, that's all there is to it, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and put this, I'll turn it on. And I'm going to set it so that it goes over to the 10 hours. And then when I get up in the morning, I'm just going to start it up again for another 10 hours, so a total of 20 hours. You can do this up to like 48 hours if you wanted to. The longer it cooks, the richer it's going to be and the healthier. So anyway, I'll see you back tomorrow night and we'll see what it looks like. Have a great day. Bye. Well, it's been 24 hours and this is the second night. And the crock pot went off before I got home. It was on warm. So let's take a look. I haven't even looked at it yet to see what it looks like. Oh yeah.
Looks good.
Looks good. Smells really good. So I'm going to move my lid over here so you won't need that. And let's just take a look with me doing this. Can you see how nice and rich that chicken broth is?
Mm-hmm. Looks good, Miss Glow.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to strain it into this pot. So I'm going to move this. Let's see, how can we do this? I know. Put that like that. And we'll put this here. And we can move them together. So what I'm going to do is I have a colander here inside my Dutch oven. And what I'm going to do is strain this broth. So the bones and the vegetables and stuff will stay inside the colander and the broth will go down inside the pot. But by doing your broth this way, you're going to end up with a delicious, rich broth that's very healthy. And I need to tell you too, I forgot to put my bay leaves in here before I started it up. So after we had stopped the video last night, I realized it, and so I went ahead and put 3 bay leaves in here. You can put 2, but mine weren't real large, so I went ahead and put 3. Smells so good. I think I got quite a bit there where I can just pour it in now. Remember, I started off with 2 quarts of water with this. So now we just need to let this strain. We don't want to lose any of this good broth. So I'm going to let this continue to strain and I'll be back and I'll show you what it looks like. Well, I got done straining the stock and this is what's left over after straining it in my colander. You know, you can see the This is the onion. This is the peel. See how that turns? The chicken and everything, the vegetables. It makes a delicious stock. And so here's our stock. Look at this. Nice and rich, and it almost has a velvety look to it. And that's probably, well, it is from the chicken. The wings and stuff, it has that gelatinous thing going on with it. It makes a delicious stock. But when you're doing a stock, think about what you're going to use that stock for, and then you can select the herbs that you would like to put in it. That's why I chose the thyme and the sage in this particular one, because I knew I was making a chicken and dumpling, or a chicken and noodle, or a chicken and pastry dish. So, and those herbs go really well with that. But, you know, you can do so many things with a stock like this. And also for how you're going to store this, what I do is I put it in quart jars, and then I use a vacuum sealer and I put it in my freezer. And that way I always have stock on hand. And sometimes I will put it in pint-size jars as well. Just, you know, that way it's a smaller amount instead of the quart if you were going to make a gravy or something. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a taste test of this. Sure is a pretty stock.
So pretty.
Oh, smells so good, you guys. It's so much better than buying the, you know, pre-made stuff at the store. Oh yeah, it's gelatinous. You can taste the chicken. I mean, it just tastes so homemade. And then with, of course, your herbs and your vegetables. So this is just delicious. I love making these because it only takes a little bit to put this together, and you let your crock pot work for you while you're at work. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, please like and subscribe to our channel. We would really appreciate it, and give me a comment. Talk to you later. Bye.